very Joey coded. What is me being late? Bro, I wasn't even sleeping. I was at the gym. I thought it was at 1 p.m. Why are they doing it early? Don't they know that I'm usually late to things? Look, never forget what Bungie took from you today, chat. I was gonna be in a robe. I was gonna be freshly showered and ready for you. That's a crazy sentence. But instead, I'm gross and in my tank top. So, you were gonna have clean shaven robe Jover with a coffee and chilling. Now you get sweaty, gross, stinky Joey who can't even lift his arms with a protein shake Joey. Yeah. Choose your fighter. Except that pump was hitting different. It feels pretty good. Oh! Oh! I legitimately can't lift my arms for more than like 30 seconds. Pain. All right, what have I missed? A lot. I feel like the reveal is literally halfway over. Halfway Jover. All right, do I just go right in? You guys are ahead of me because I'm late. Do I just do it? Ooh. W smoothie. All right, let's go ahead and get the main trailer reveal out of the way. Here we go, chat. What do you got, Bungo? All memes aside, I am actually excited for 9 aesthetic because, as you know, I'm very nostalgic towards Trials of the Nine. It's literally where we grew the bulk of our channel, and I did like 14-hour streams every Friday through Monday, and we got partnered. And best duo, we didn't lose a game. I didn't lose a Trials game for like 3 months, literally. Oh. Okay, here we go. Is my title too out of pocket saying I'm edging with my Twitch chat? All right, what you got, Bungo?
There's light and shadow is silence.
Any toes in the
And
chat?
silence breaks.
Grippy!
I am summoning you as a new age begins. I see sapient life turn to each other. They remember how to look to the stars.
Oh right, the
They
Traveler
remember
still has a hole in it.
curiosity.
Water. Oh my god, they're waterbenders?
They remember how to thrive.
No, they're airbenders.
But they have forgotten.
What the hell is that? Yo, the nerds are gonna go crazy with that frame right there.
They forgot we were here.
Is it a puzzle?
Long before the Traveler. They
Cool.
forgot
Cool helmet.
they need us. But
I would never forget to edge.
they are fated to remember. I will remind them. I'm sure you will,
Who the hell?
but not through me.
Call an ambulance, but not for me. It's gonna be Joe React, but you can still post out of pocket stuff. We don't want YouTube to think that we're like, look, YouTube and Jover React, we gotta be authentic. We're out of pocket, horny degenerates, and the YouTube needs to know it.
Find someone else.
Ugh. 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 Ew, it's giving... What the hell? It's giving Jim Carrey in the second Ace Ventura.
My will is my own.
That looks like a specific meme, like character. Why does it look weird? Why does it look off? It looks like something. I don't know what it looks like, but it looks like something. I'm sure the internet and Twitter and whatever will find out. But it looks like another character or some. It just looks off. I don't know why, but it does.
My will is my own.
So long story short, the emissary has been edging this whole time and just finished and is now in charge of itself. W edgeoffate.
All
Hi, Andy.
Everyone, hello and welcome
Kitty
to
cat.
the Bungie HQ in beautiful Bellevue, Washington. We have got an amazing stream lined up for you to tell you a little bit about the Edge of Fate and the future of Destiny 2 as well. My name's Andy. I work on the social media team here, but no need to worry. As always, I am joined by some of my amazing colleagues here at Bungie to share some of the finer details of the stuff that we're going to be getting into today. So, how about we go ahead and get into it so we can show you what we got. Starting first with this gentleman on my right and to your left is someone that you've probably seen if you've tuned into our
Dylan's
streams
looking
before,
so dapper.
Vidocs, the one and only Mr. Robbie Stevens.
Look how dapper
assistant
he
director
is,
here at
chat.
Bungie. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Andy. It's always a pleasure to spend a day with you.
Yeah, it's been a nice time, honestly, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Well,
always.
to that end as well, for anyone that doesn't get to hang out as much as we do, can you tell everyone at home a little bit about yourself and what you do here?
Yeah, sure. So I'm one of the creative and game directors for the game. So that means like I'm a vision holder
Destiny
and I work
assistant
across
game
the
director.
entire Destiny team.
Assistant
with
to the
people like
regional
Allison and
manager?
Dylan on the couch here to chart a new course for Destiny
Hi,
in the
Rifty.
new future for the game, and just incredibly excited to be sharing with everyone today of what we've been up to.
Yeah, can't wait. We've got a big show ahead, so thank you for being
They
here.
do look similar.
And of course, as we move, pardon me, right on down the line, someone who again has also had the good opportunity to join us on these streams as well, and is now firing some finger guns like a pro. Destiny's narrative director, the one and only Allison Lures. Allison,
Hello.
how's it going?
It's
Allison
going so
Lore?
good. I'm here on a couch and I get to yell about Destiny with you. So
Not
it's a
bad
good day.
The narrative
honestly, I'll take
director
that
has
anytime I
lore
can. Well,
Same.
for
in her
anyone
last
who
name.
also hasn't had a chance to yell on couches about Destiny with us or hasn't joined us in the past,
Yeah.
do you mind telling us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So my name is Allison. I'm the narrative director for Destiny 2, and so that means
Oh, it's
the
Lurs.
job of
Never
me
mind.
and my team to make you laugh and make you cry and make you go, "Whoa! I totally forgot about this thing from 8 years ago. How did they remember?" It's because we're good at our jobs.
It's true.
So there you
Yeah.
go.
As someone who gets to sit in on the writers' rooms, I can now doubly confirm that. So thank
we
you for
love
being
having you
here.
there.
It's so much
Yeah.
fun. No, seriously, thank you so much. And of course, as we move right on down the line, the gentleman there at the very end of the couch,
Her
someone
name has a smiley face in it.
I can now double.
Oh, I totally forgot. Sure. So my name is Allison.
Or
I
hasn't
must see.
Sure. And so that means it's
There's a smiley face.
the job of me and my
move right on down the line, the gentleman there at the very end of the couch, someone who is a friend to all Guardian kind, who's known far and wide, a member of the Destiny Global Comms team here at Bungie, Mr. Dylan Gaffner. How's it going, Dylan?
We love
Going
Dylan.
well. How are you, Andy?
I'm doing so well. Thank you so much for
Got to make sure to ask every time.
I appreciate it. I need all the help I can get. Well, to anyone out there who may not have accosted you on the wild world of social media or is just somehow meeting you for the first time, do you mind telling us about what you do here at Bungie?
My name is Dylan Gaffner, formerly community team, where we would go out,
Thought
collect
he
your
got
feedback,
timed out.
translate it to the dev
Rick
team,
got timed
and then
out.
bring their information back to you, kind of be that middleman. Now I'm on Global
Way to
Comms,
go,
so I'm
Dave.
going to be in more of like a puzzle piece organization stage of what do we talk about, when do we talk about it, why do we talk about it, and then just making sure we get the information out to all players.
Yeah, well, we all appreciate it. Thank you for always being the voice of the player inside our hallowed halls. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, well, now that we've kind of got the intros out of the way, let's talk about our new saga. Robbie, I'd love to start with you. What's up next in Destiny, and where are we exploring?
Yeah, so our first expansion this year, The Edge of Fate, is the start of a brand new multi-year saga called the Fate Saga. And so we want to tell a
Joverrated?
story about something older, about the nature of fate itself. Are we bound by it? Can we fight it? Because before the Traveler ever arrived in our solar system, there was already space magic here, Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so ultimately, this is a story that we're going to explore one of Destiny's biggest mysteries and the foundations of the universe itself.
You're talking about the Nine, aren't you?
Who
Yeah.
told you?
I think it's
Subtle,
How did
I
you
know.
guess?
I'll
Yeah.
Tips you off.
We did such a good job with this secret.
Really buried that lead, didn't we? Yeah.
just a little bit.
That's, but I mean, to that end, so who and maybe more appropriately, what are the Nine?
Yeah, so buckle up. In the simplest description possible, the Nine are extraordinarily powerful
Explain it to me
beings
like
that
I'm
have
5.
been in the solar system for way, 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 way longer than the Traveler. We can think of them as being kind of connected
How-
to each of the major celestial bodies in
How many are
Sol.
there?
So that's each of our 8 planets plus the Sun. Sorry, Pluto.
It's messed up.
Didn't make the cut.
Wow!
I don't make the rules. Yeah, there you go.
Free my boy
but,
Pluto.
You heard about Pluto? It's messed up, right?
The important thing to know about them is that this is why we're going to be.
That was one of my favorite parts about playing Last of Us the other night. Is that somebody said, I think it was Knox. Knox said that canon-wise, the world ended before scientists made the decision that Pluto's not a planet anymore. So in the Last of Us universe, Pluto's still going strong, chat.
Focused on the solar system for the next saga. We want to ask questions about our home that we've never asked before.
Yeah. So when it comes to the Nine, obviously, Eagle-eyed Guardians have been able to spot references.
Wait. 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 Is it this? Is it like, hold on. Is it Sonic that it reminds me of? Like before Sonic was fixed?
Yeah. So when it comes to the 9, obviously, comes to
Our home that we've never asked.
No. Or maybe it was the meme that they made of Sonic. What does this remind me of? Like it's a little off and it reminds me of something and I don't know what it is. I'm gonna figure it out. It's gonna click. We're gonna get there.
Before.
yeah. So
I don't know what it is though. Help me out, chat. The emissary looks like off and I don't know why.
when it comes to the 9, obviously, Eagle-Eyed Guardians have been able to spot references to them for quite some time, whether it be outright ominous or...
Actually, the fact that I'm late, I paused it on a Riz face. Hey, yo, go off, Andy. The fact that I'm late is like an embodiment of this new chapter of Destiny, all right? Like, I couldn't be there right on time. I gotta elongate the process. I gotta be late. I gotta...
Edge.
You know what I'm saying? It's all calculated. It's all calculated.
Straight up game show in some cases. Can you tell us a little bit maybe about what we should expect from them?
Expect to be surprised. We're, like you said...
Isn't expecting to be surprised a paradox?
The lore of the 9 really ranges from like Star Horse infinitely neighing to the 9 doing genuinely awful things in our lore. And so the important thing to know about them is that the 9 are individuals. This isn't a collective. It's not like a hive mind. Each of them are kind of their own being, their own person in the loose definition of a person.
No, it's not.
They have different wants and desires. They can ally with different members and fight.
It's like a
different
fusion
members,
of the
too.
two.
In the words of one of our characters really early on, there are aliens, and then there's aliens.
Ooh, her nails are cool.
And
Ooh, she's got like the 9
there
color
are
scheme
aliens.
on her nails. I want to do that. It's not... I think it's... they're doing... Seasonal story has like a bad connotation with it right now. So I think they're... Sorry, I did her dirty with this pause. Seasonal story, like seasons have a negative connotation right now. I think they're pushing their episodic content style verbiage on us, I think. But I think they did say expansion, so I don't know. We'll see.
And that latter one is what the 9 are qualified as.
Sorry,
Fair enough.
Allison.
All right, so
my
beings
bad.
have obviously immense power, or something that the Guardians have gone toe-to-toe with in the past. We've even faced off against the very embodiment of the darkness itself.
Yeah.
Hi, Baron.
What could be tougher than that?
Yeah, so this is something that we think about a lot about, because ultimately the 9 seek to free themselves at no matter the cost to humanity. And because
Are they trapped?
they're extra dimensional in the ways that Allison are describing, they're not bound by the same rules that we are, that we've really experienced before in the game today. And so humanity and the Guardians,
Hi, Todd.
to many of them, are ultimately just bugs that can be squashed on, that they don't really care or think about beyond, achieving their ultimate
Beyond
goals.
light.
So.
Yeah, I mean, like, for the last 10 years, Guardians have really just been making their own fate.
Yeah.
I mean, so the 9 is challenging that. How are we going to deal with it?
Yeah, whether we like it or not, the 9 have a plan for us.
Whether we like it or
and,
not.
like you said, Guardians are really good at making their
Step
own
into a
fate,
war with the
going
Cabal
out,
on
deciding
Mars.
who they want to be. But what happens when them deciding to make our own fate is exactly what our fate is? Like, what if that was the plan all along? These are extra-dimensional beings. That means they perceive our reality in a very different way and can interact with it in a very different way.
It's like they're a move ahead in chess.
Weird.
What a reference. But you were mentioning, obviously, the
Oh,
Fate
'cause
Saga
the chess
is
pieces.
subject of today. How long can we expect the Fate Saga to last?
Yeah,
Okay,
so
here we go.
the Fate Saga is going to play out over several years, and ultimately,
Damn.
we know where we're driving this car. We know where we're going with it. But the conclusion of the Edge of Fate itself is going to leave you with more questions than answers, and it's going to be the catalyst into this new multi-year saga. Because we really want to return Destiny to being a game about big questions, right? And so the way we think about this is about pouring jet fuel into the speculation engine of the game. So we're going to be revealing a lot of ideas, a lot of concepts, and many of them we're not going to be answering immediately because we're going to be telling the story over multiple expansions, and we're going to be giving you those expansion beats more times than we have before in the past. And so the Year of Prophecy kicks off with the Fate Saga, and with it, humanity is now set on a collision course with this celestial pantheon of the system that has
I have an
been
appointment
here for
July
a
15th.
very long time. And so the Edge of Fate launches on July 15th. And then the second expansion of our Year of Prophecy is Renegade, which comes this winter. And then later in 2026, we've got Shattered Cycle and The Alchemist. It's a lot of stuff.
Okay, so they're saying
A lot of exciting beats. And so again, the Edge of Fate is just the beginning of this long.
they're saying expansions, but well, how long did this expansions typically last beforehand? July to winter, that's like half a year. So yeah, I guess that counts as an expansion, or is it like, is it seasonal? Why do I feel like the old expansions like Dark Below, House of Wolves, were they like yearly? They were yearly, right? Yeah. So this is like a fusion of seasons and expansions.
Long journey of this awesome vehicle we're all jumping into and driving together, and it's going to take us to some new places.
That's exciting. So with regards to the Edge of Fate right here in front of us, you were also nice enough to bring the class something today. You've got some gameplay with you,
Oh
right?
yeah, we got some clips.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we should show those off.
It's a
Let's
doozy.
Let's check it
Kinda
out.
like the present. Let's check it out.
What the hell? Train. Ever train?
Observe, connect, conceal. Guardian, I had a vision. Conform.
Who's talking?
comply, return. They just wanted to show us disasters.
Who's talking?
Observe, connect, conceal. I'm not human anymore.
Who the was that? That looked like... Was that Frostbolt?
I'm not.
No, not Frostbolt. Who is that?
They just
Who's the community
wanted
gonna
to
say
show
this
us
looks like?
disasters. Observe, connect, conceal.
Hold.
I'm not.
I can't even pause it. It's so fast. God dang it.
Connect, conceal.
I got this. I got this.
I'm
Oh. It's like a fusion between Gothalion and Leopard Stealth. I think I just killed that. This Guardian has the most basic ass glasses on. I literally have an exact pair like that. I don't know where they are, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. Bro looks like he's got a... Bro looks like he's got a save the world at 3 p.m. as a Guardian, but also has to teach a lecture on philosophy at a university at 2.
not human anymore. Return, conform, comply. No one else should know what this feels like.
What the hell? New enemies? They fly now? They fly now.
Enough. Terminate your suspicion, Commander. Remove your scornful blindfold.
Oh, no land beyond. It's gonna be a special weapon though. The hell was that little sonic ball? The fuck? Into the unknown. Bro, who is this freaking Carl guy? We have like the Drifter. We have Ikora, Kate, and we're gonna have some dude named Steven as a Guardian.
All right, that gives us an awful lot
It's
to
the
go ahead and continue to dive into.
guy.
And here to help us go ahead and explore a little bit more of it, everyone, you probably noticed we've been joined by someone new here on the couch. We are privileged to be joined by someone who's the originator of perhaps my favorite all-time Destiny emote, the one and only Dave Samuel, art director here at Bungie. Dave, how's it going, man?
It's going great. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. For anyone who maybe for some reason somehow doesn't have that emote in their collection or hasn't seen you in a past VoD, do you mind telling us a little bit about what you do here?
Yeah, I'm art director on Edge of Fate. I work with the art team to visualize the narrative and design and kind of bring it all together.
It's a lot to bring together. Thank you very much for being here today. So with the Edge of Fate, it's obviously the first expansion in the Fate saga. Allison, I'd love to start with you, actually. What can you tell us about the Edge of Fate?
The Edge of Fate begins with an invitation, and we are invited along with a very specific group of people to a location, to a moment in time for a very specific reason.
Very specific purpose.
Very specific reason and purpose, yes. And the place that
Very
we're going
specific.
to is called Kepler. And so you may be saying, now Allison, hold on, hold your
Hold up.
horses
You read
1
my mind.
second,
Yeah.
because the Kepler I know is the one that's way outside of our galaxy. What do you mean we're going to Kepler? And I say, like, dear friend, didn't you know if you look inside
I
Destiny's
say.
universe, the Oort cloud at the edge of the solar system, you'll find a little planetoid that also happens to be named Kepler here in the world of Destiny. And that's where we're going, to Kepler.
Super exciting. And this is kind of a, Robbie, we were talking kind of before the show. This is like like a first taste of something new, right?
Yeah, so what you're seeing here is us just trying something new. We're expanding the universe of Destiny, creating new mysteries to uncover. This whole destination is about exploring a labyrinthian world that took inspirations from things like Dreaming City, exotic missions, dungeons, and it's wrapping it all through a Metroidvania expired experience. And so at the heart of all of this, at the heart of the Edge of Fate,
Looks
is
vexy.
a player-driven exploration and discovery of an exotic world with brand new abilities.
So actually to even just maybe dig a little bit deeper, like how is the Edge of Fate going to be different from past expansions that we've made for Destiny?
Yeah, so at the global scale, when we're thinking about expansions in the Year of Prophecy and the formula of Destiny expansions going forward, first off, we're doing 2 expansions a year instead of just 1. And think of each of these expansions as a little bigger than something like a Rise of Iron from D1. And so both of these expansions combined are going to be even more expansion content than we've done in the past.
I'm still
And
gonna shoot
by
you out of the
delivering
air, bro.
2 of these a year, we're upping the pace of major world and story events that really matter to players
the
and are
hell?
going to be pushing the Fate saga forward. And so we're trying radical new things with each of these expansions. And so alongside this new destination of Kepler,
fly
this
now? Yeah, I
exotic
saw those
world
little
that players
things.
will explore with
They
brand
fly
new
now.
abilities, we also have world tiers. And world tiers allow you to take on a higher level of challenge on the destination in order to extract some of the best loot within the release. But what's cool about world tiers is
What the
as you play
hell?
through the mainline story and you play through the first couple of world tiers, you're going to unlock later world tiers. And as you're claiming these abilities, as you're exploring the world more, as you're discovering more within the release, you're putting these puzzle pieces together and you're figuring out how to solve all the mysteries on Kepler with different
get
ways. And
glasses
so
now?
you might play a puzzle in one way, a mission in one way, and when you're in these higher world tiers in the post game, you can start to solve these problems in different ways that you couldn't before in the original playthrough. And so alongside all of this, we're also going to have a ton of quest content that we're rethinking about how we use within the game. And so
Guys, what would be the best caption for the new Guardian guy? When you have to stop the darkness at 5 p.m., but you gotta go order your matcha latte first. Help me out.
on Kepler, there's some
Caption contest.
non-linearity within the destination itself. And so with a lot of our side quest content that is related to the critical path, but you don't have to play it. It's there for you to explore. It's driven by your discovery of the world. You're out in the field, you discover something and you pick it up, and that's going to help you explore the characters and the world of Kepler more and go deeper on that story. And so, yeah, again, this is all about us just looking at the formulas that we've been building in Destiny over the last 10 years. And some of them are really strong, but they're due for some experimentation and some radical changes. And so
Sonic
that's
Ball
what you're
goes
seeing
crazy.
here with the first taste of the Edge of Fate.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I love everything you just said. I was a little distracted by some of the gameplay we were showing, like exotic sniper rifle, I think I saw, kind of recognize that.
Oh, yeah.
Some enemies with a couple really cool twists, like, okay.
Yeah.
But then also there was a Guardian that turned into like a lightning ball. Yeah.
Yeah. So, so there's multiple new abilities that your players are going to be able to discover on Kepler that's going to make them navigate and look at the world in different ways. But the one you're talking about, Dylan, we see it as our premier ability, the crown jewel to release, and that's called Matter Spark. And Dave has joined us, and he's helps us take the vision of the narrative and the design and the art and smush it together in amazing experiences. And so I think Dave should.
Sounds
talk to us
good,
more about
Nando.
Matter
Yeah,
Spark.
please.
Yeah. So there's this new source of energy on Kepler, this strange dark matter.
You guys can help me. In the meantime, Fernando, you can caption contest. All right, we're at 39:18. We got a caption contest this video.
Show us disasters. Observe, connect, conceal.
Hang on. We got a caption contest this guy. I don't know why it makes me laugh so much. Bro just looks like a dude. I can get a little better than that. I know, he looks like somebody and I can't place it either. I'm gonna go post in Discord. Caption contest. Oh my god, Rift. Aliens. The 9 are basically aliens. When you get revived by your ghost 6 and have a lecture at 7. I don't know, help me out. When you gotta when you gotta stop the darkness but you need your oat milk chai latte first. Come on, help, get in there. Get in there, chat. Get in there. Winner gets posted on Twitter.
Not human anymore.
Using the arc powers within. So the Guardian binds itself to the dark matter using the arc powers within. You can think of the dark matter as like a medium, and the arc as this catalyst that will allow you to completely change form. Transforming into Matter Spark lets you squeeze into tight areas, race around areas.
Hey girl, what you doing later? Mind if I Matter Spark real quick?
Jump over stuff, and it also allows you to turn into this basically electric rolling ball of death, jolting and shocking enemies that come across your path.
So obviously, one big part movement, one big part combat, but I mean, even just in addition to that, to look a little bit, wider, like how did the Matter Spark Ball kind of influence the world that we're going to be inhabiting?
Yeah, the team really had to rethink what it means to build a destination with these abilities in mind. A simple hill becomes a ramp to get to a new space. A crack in the wall, it basically
Maybe it's only
will
available
reveal
here.
a whole new area to explore. It's also a new way to engage with enemies. Instead of taking a bunch of enemies head on, you can find a Matter Spark pad, transform, turn into this electric ball of death, and then just start racing around the arena, dash over their heads, and flank from behind, and then really give the House of Exile on Kepler a bad day.
As well we should. It's a good day for us as well. So what are some of the other Kepler abilities that we'll be able to unlock while we're out there as well?
Yeah, so each of these Kepler abilities are a mix of dark matter and...
I love how they create a new ability and somebody was like, how are we gonna do this in the Crucible? And they're like, you know what? Just put a little transmat thing, and you can only do it there. And then the PvP sandbox team is like, oh god, thank you so much.
Our Guardian's powers. So we have the Relocator Cannon, which is this new fallen dark matter tech mixed with void. This is going to allow you to bypass laser walls, use these cascading relay networks, and just basically teleport around the world. Another ability that we have is Mattermorph. This is dark matter mixed with strand, allows you to manipulate the environment. You'll be able to basically push and morph and move geometry to create bridges, open up doorways, and then also reveal secrets and new opportunities.
You have to
Yeah, so what's
construct
really
the
important about
pylons.
what Dave is describing, and when we were thinking about building this world, it was all about like, hey, here's this new tool to navigate and see the world in a different way, and solve little puzzles and mysteries throughout the missions, the free roam, and the quest content, and beyond. But also, what was really important to us is that we lean into Destiny's first-class ability gameplay. And so with Matterspark, like Dave is mentioning, you're jumping, you're
Updates
dashing
live.
into enemies to destroy them, you're doing giant explosions
download
with
it real quick.
Relocator Clan, and you're just blowing everything up with void explosions and graviton lance style like projectile little
I don't see it.
secret projectiles. And then what's really fun about Mattermorph is you can just be like throwing these strange
Hold.
shurikens basically to just like delete an encounter
Hold.
before you then like start to morph the environment around you and move to the next area. And so it's just really exciting I'm incredibly excited about watching players just like solve puzzles and fight encounters in ways that like we don't even expect yet, and see how they take on the destination.
not
And
there
just
for
like
me yet.
I really want to emphasize, you're going to be upgrading these, and when you get into especially the post-game experience, it's going to unlock, there's something unlocks with Matterspark that really changes the way that you can play through the entire destination.
Yeah.
So when we're talking about dark matter,
Yes.
we have darkness abilities like Strand and Stasis already. Like, how is dark matter different?
Yeah, so dark matter and darkness are two completely separate things. They're completely different
So I get to be
things.
a mech
but,
today?
dark matter does exist in our world. In the world of Destiny, we know it as being tightly connected to the Nine. It's what the Nine are actually made out of. In our world, dark matter is invisible. You can't really see it. And it wouldn't be very fun to make a destination where there's an invisible thing that you can't actually see. So lucky for us on Kepler, there's a bioluminescent microbe that allows us to see all of this substance that's impacted this world so much. It allows us to see how it's impacted the plant life, how it's impacted the behavior of the peoples that we're going to encounter, and we can see how it has been able to bring these things that are kind of unstuck in time into this current location.
I do have to put on my drifter hat for just a second and, like, what does it smell like? What does it taste like?
Yeah. Dark matter smells and tastes like bleach
Like
and
chicken.
meth.
Oh. Bleach
Cannot wait to
and
get that chip
meth?
flavor.
Yeah.
Or
Get it with
math.
a sandwich today after.
It's zesty.
Yeah, it should be good. Actually, so on the topic too of stuff in the trailer as well, we heard someone talking there. Can you tell us who that was?
Sure.
That's Carl.
That was Lodi. Lodi is a new character that we're introducing in Apollo. Not in Apollo. We're introducing.
Bro's just freaking, he's just a guy. He's just a guy. He's just a freaking guy, bro.
Him in the edge of fate.
Yeah.
I want to give a special shout out to Brian Villalobos, who portrays Lodi and does a spectacular job. This character is fascinating. He's kind of a fish out of water, but the fun thing
He's
about
literally, Jeff, he's a fish out of water.
is to kind of put a twist on them, right? So what if that fish that we pulled out of the water was the most qualified fish to be pulled out into the air?
Down for anything.
It's down for anything. And
yeah.
what if that fish was kind of made to be pulled out of the water?
That's deep.
I don't want to give away too much because this character is way more fun for the players to figure out what his deal is. But I will say that Lodi is very, very far.
Bro got yoinked out of class.
Very exciting. So,
I do have to call out too, before we started this, you and Robbie were talking about how Lodi is like a notice me character.
Oh yeah.
Notice
Robbie
me,
wanted a
senpai.
senpai.
I
yeah.
did. Yeah, I wanted someone that I just wanted to spend a bunch of time with.
I don't
on
know
this
where my
new adventure
glasses
we're going
are,
on.
Yeah, a
but
friend that we can look
they'd
up
be
to.
so
Yeah.
perfect for this
Notice me.
bit.
Notice
Notice
me,
me.
Lodi.
of course,
He
it
will.
writes
He will.
itself, or rather, Allison does. So, with regards to the characters as well, so
Dang
is it
it.
a whole new cast of characters in the Edge of Fate?
No, we're going to see some new faces like Lodi and other characters, but we're also
Oh my
going to
God.
see some familiar ones too.
Oh my God.
Ikora is here. The stakes are
My
high.
God.
As well. So, is it a whole?
We're going on.
Yeah, a friend that we can look up to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a notice me character.
Very to be water.
Who that?
Time into this.
I like.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Smell. It's true.
Cannot wait to get that chip flavor.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Get it with a sandwich today after.
It's zesty.
Yeah, it should be good. Actually, so on the topic too of stuff in the trailer as well, we heard someone talking there. Can you tell us who that was?
Sure, that was Lodi. Lodi is a new character that we're introducing in Apollo. Not in Apollo, we're introducing him in the end.
It's me. I'm a guardian. I'm a guardian now. Dude, are literally just these glasses. What do you mean? I can do some Lodi cosplay right now, bro. Beautiful. Beautiful. I am the Guardian. It's me.
Edge of Fate.
Yeah. Edge of Fate?
No, we're going to see some new faces like Lodi and other characters, but we're also going to see some familiar ones too. Ikora is here. The stakes are high enough that she's here investigating what's going on. And as it turns out, in one of our major mysteries, she's kind of at the center of it. She was invited here, as was Lodi, same as we were. All of it's kind of tied together.
Very exciting. So
yeah, the way, oh, if I can, the way we think about this is about all these characters, their fates are intertwined in some way. There's these puppet masters that have been pulling the strings for a very, very long time in order for everyone to get here at this moment. And so as a guardian and these characters involved, they're going to have to decide if they're fight your fate. Like that's what we think about.
If you could change your
that's
fate,
what they're going to have to go through
and
determine about how they can stand up to this new conflict that is surrounded by the Nine, because they are fated to be here. And what does that mean for them?
That's what the glasses are for,
and the future of Seoul itself. So.
So with regard to these new characters and this world we find ourselves in, was there anything about that setting, or in particular, that really influenced the creation, rather, of this world that we're going to be inhabiting?
Yeah, I'll give you a list of fun facts. First off, if you've been paying attention to Destiny over the last week or so, you already know that there's been people on Kepler for a long time. That's an old-ass computer that you were putting those numbers into. We also know that the Vex are here. They're studying the Nine, because it turns out the Nine can do something that the Vex can't. As Dave mentioned, the House of Exile are also here. They've become fixated on a being that they call the Giver. And kind of most importantly, the dimensionality on Kepler is really thin. So the 3 dimensions that we can know and see and touch are very close to the realm that the Nine live in. And that means
I just noticed the blue in her hair. I thought it was like a light
into Kepler's present.
Exciting.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, so we've been talking about invitations throughout this, and we need to call out an invitation that's actually going to be waiting in the game after this is over. Ride of the Nine begins today.
Yeah.
So I believe we have a trailer to show.
Yeah, you were nice enough to bring a trailer along. I'll go ahead and give it a look really quickly.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Look, I'll play some Ride of the Nine, but I'm gonna be lying if I said I wouldn't be a mech or a tank. Wait, is this the mech or tank thing? Is this what it is? No, it's called like destruction or something. I don't know what this is. Extend. Hey, yo. Oh. Why is this so classic, like, fire team? You've got a Titan. Oh, god damn it. You got a Titan. You got a Warlock dripped up. And then, oh, would you look at that? Shadow Black. Wait, what's it called? Something, the all black shader. Hunter. You're so edgy, Hunter. You're so cool. We get it. You're edgy and you need people to know it. It's boring. Super black. Yeah, that's what it is. Dun 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 dun. Explore a guided experience with Solo and the Eternity. Increase enemies' strengths and new challenges. Ultimatum, only the strongest will endure. Wow, wow, wow. That was a cool trailer shot right there. Dun 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 dun. Oh.
All right, so that's Ride of the Nine, which is our essential prologue story for the Edge of Fate. And these 3 dungeons that are featured in this event are free for all players starting today. And so what's really important about this is that these dungeons are both for veteran dungeon crawlers, hardcore raiders, people have been in these places a lot, but also new guardians who have never stepped into a dungeon before, right? What was really important for us when we were developing Ride of the Nine was that we were changing the formula on how we think about how we can welcome even more even more people into these experiences. And so you're going to be able to go in solo, buffed up, and explore a dungeon by yourself, or go in match made with other fire team members shoulder to shoulder for the very first time. But don't worry, because we also have that higher level challenge for our veteran, our hardcore dungeon crawlers, where you're going to be able to earn the best possible loot, exclusive rewards, and also an exclusive title as part of Rights of the Nine. What's also really important about this event for being a prologue for the
Is it gonna have something about edging? If the title has edge in it, I might have to get it.
Fate is that it
Edge
really
Lord
reintroduces the emissary.
Wait,
into
isn't
the
that
game.
already
You're
one?
going to learn why her job is pretty crappy and why she quits at the top of the Edge of Fate, like we saw at the beginning of this show. And so, Andy, we've been talking a bunch about how our Destiny expansions are changing the formula for Destiny going forward. So now I think it's time for us to start talking about how the core hobby of Destiny is changing going forward. The day-to-day of playing Destiny, week over week.
Wait, I don't want to see it yet. We got to come up with our joke first.
To help us talk about that.
We have an expert in that very subject now who's gone ahead and joined us on the couch. We are now joined by the one and only Mr. Ben Womack, creative director here on Destiny. Ben, how's it going, man?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm really excited to be here. There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah, seriously.
There is a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be a very good
Fine, I'll look at it.
conversation we have coming up.
Yes.
But before we get into that, can you tell us just a little bit about what you do here?
Yeah. So I'm the Destiny 2 creative director for the core game, or the core hobby, as we call it.
Yeah.
And it has to do with all parts of the game, everything from Edge of Fate, through our seasons, through the fundamental systems. And in particular, like Rob was saying, I've been focusing on thinking about the kind of building blocks of Destiny 2 and getting those like not only stood up, but also transformed and iterated on in some really exciting new places.
Nice. Well, let's go ahead and just start at the top. Can you tell us a little bit about what like the core formula of Destiny is changing and why?
Yes. So I think I need to start with the why first, because it's important to think about
Money.
What is Destiny? What is great about Destiny? And Destiny is best when you
That's right. Right, folks. Longtime owner Mr. Krabs is opening a new restaurant called the Krusty Krab 2. First of all, congratulations, Mr. Krabs.
Hello. I like money.
What inspired you to build a second Krusty Krab right next door to the original?
Money.
You have like awesome chases that you're excited about. You have really cool, powerful builds to make, and there's a mountain to climb that's right in front of you that you want to climb. You're like, I want that mountain. It looks pretty cool. And
I'm not taking away from all the hard work that all the devs put into the game. I'm just being dumb. I like money. No.
it's like it doesn't feel streamlined as it could. Players don't have as much agency. We want to be player-driven. We want to be more rewarding than we are. Because right now there are barriers to playing Destiny like in the best way. And those barriers are insurmountable sometimes. So think about that whole picture of, okay, what is the Destiny that we really want, that has been in the past, that we also want to get back to, and where we want to go for the future? That's where all the changes you're going to see have started, like at their inception point.
Iron, what's the Renegade thing you're talking
piece
about?
Of the pie.
Massive updates coming across so many systems of the game, and this is like that. We're just getting in, digging into the surface.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to that same end, then, how are we making it easier? Pardon me, to go ahead and just get straight into the fun.
Oh no, let's do it, because that's exactly what we want to do. Yeah. And the first thing you're going to see when you log
Bro
into
is so
Destiny,
cozy on that couch.
You're going to logging your character and see your ship in orbit. It's going to say, it's not going to say open directory. It's going to say open portal. And the portal is our new front page of the game. We're trying to get you to the fun as fast as possible and as few clicks as we can. We even have it there in the corner so that it's right immediately there, no fumbling around with the map to get to it. Really. And we're also taking other big parts of the game, the ritual game and for seasons, and putting them into these ops categories. So the idea is that we're having these different ops for different moves. And we're having solo ops.
I don't like change.
Fire team ops. We have pinnacle ops, and of course we have crucible ops. Still super important for the game.
Yeah.
Where are my
Start
planets?
at the top, can you tell us a little bit more about what solo ops is?
Oh, yeah. So
Where are my planets?
Solo ops is exactly what it says on the tin. It is a bunch of activities that are made for solo players. And the conception point of that was we want to make activities for players who have a smaller amount of time, that they want to play in, and they don't
I
necessarily
know,
want
but I don't want it to go away.
like dependencies on other players, but they still want to get in there and play for 10 to 15 minutes.
Weird.
And get some real progress.
Yeah, get some loot.
Yeah, get some loot.
Yeah.
Get some loot and get your character forward.
This
and feel like,
feels-
yeah, no, I played some Destiny. That was great. And even
They're
if you
changing
don't
it to
feel
like a
like playing
Fortnite
it, well, that's
UI.
fine, because we have an activity type.
Or
that
more
is
modern
designed
UI,
for
I
fun.
guess.
Excellent. So, I mean, to that same end, what are some other ways that we can play?
I
and
kinda
have fun
don't
using
like
Fortnite
that.
as well.
Yeah, so
I
Robbie
like
actually
the
has a great way of talking
Destiny
about this.
planets.
Yeah, some of the North Star that is what we talk about when we were developing the portal early on was like, where are we headed with this thing? And ultimately, it's play your way. It's giving players more agency, more personal drive to figure out how they want to engage with the power climb and the new progression systems coming and our seasons. And so the entirety new progression and power climb is now all available to you in the portal at your fingertips in one place. It's really easy to find, really easy to jump in. Anything you play inside of that category is gonna, any of those categories is gonna help you make progress. And so, because we want Destiny to be welcoming not only to new players, but also old players who are coming back to the game to join us with the Edge of Fate. And we also want this to be like a new even playing field for everyone. And so, as part of this is a commitment from us as part of the core hobby and all the seasonal content we're building, that we're going to be continuing.
It's going to make that D1 look even more sentimental,
over
you know?
time for years to come. And so, you're asking me directly, like, what else is there to do?
Yeah.
Ben mentioned solo ops. We also have the fire team ops and pinnacle ops. Both these are more around playing with other fire team members, shoulder to shoulder, where fire team ops are more quicker sessions. There are some longer form things in it too, but then pinnacle ops are more about those really long form or more challenging kind of focused activities like exotic missions, for instance. And so, and then the one thing we haven't talked about yet very deeply, but is incredibly important, and it's something that I think we've done for the first time, like ever, or maybe since early D1.
It's kind of a return to form. in a lot of ways.
Yeah. You're going to be able to experience the entirety of the power climb within Crucible Ops by playing PvP, right?
I thought they were going to
So this
say the
means,
entirety
like,
of the
if you want to be
campaigns.
sweaty, Andy.
Yeah.
Which, like, I know
I
you,
do.
Dylan, too. I know you're that way, right? Like, I know both of y'all. Like, if you want to put the sweatbands on, you're going to be able to play the entire experience in the season here and earn some of the highest tier loot.
That's cool. This is weird, though. Okay. I mean, I just heard that I never have to do PvE to level up. Which sounds pretty great.
That's also available in the game.
I have to say, this is like super exciting because like my player type or other folks out in the community, like they want to go in, they want to jam on PvP, but then their friends invite them to do a dungeon or a higher tier activity, and they're like, oh wait, I need to grind a long time to get up to power. Now through PvP, they can get up to power, and you can just bring them into that PvE experience and have a fun time with each other.
W.
That's honestly how I primarily played D1, so I'm really looking forward to that. So it sounds like the core, obviously, of what you guys are talking about, play the way you want to play. It's at the center of all of it. What if I really want to challenge myself, push myself?
Oh, yeah.
A little bit more?
That's important to us.
Yeah. So,
That's important to us.
well, death, but also success.
Yes,
and
that's true.
from it,
That's
right?
true, yeah.
Yeah, and so we really want to give agency. That's one of the things, player driven towards loot and challenge. And so we have a really hugely expanded activity customization system. We have a lot more difficulty levels, and we have a ton of new modifiers. We have 50 new modifiers along with all the old modifiers that we've released in the past that are going to make this big curated web of options for you to experience any of the PvE content in the curator. And so, like, we have Banes, not just old Banes that we have, but new Banes as well. We also have boons to help you like get advantages in your activities and for your build.
Difficulty impossible.
And the fun part is you're going to get these different combinations that are available, and you're going to then make a mix that's actually going to change the way you play and be pretty interesting, and sometimes be the way you prefer you play. Like, there's a new boon.
Maybe they're taking away Fire Team Light level because people weren't playing as much, so they want them to play more. I don't know. I know that Fire Team, it didn't work in some things. Wait, no, it worked in Trials, didn't it? Worked for the highest person. It essentially, I guess, makes it so you can get level, whatever level you want to get to, doing whatever you want to do, instead of relying on your friends or teammates to do it.
Called Grappler that I personally love. It's kind of my preferred way to play, where they give you 3 grapple grenades replacing your current grenade. You can't do the melee, but they recharge super fast. So any build you want, you could now Spider-Man around any map It's actually super fun.
It's so fun. Yeah, and I mean, like, what's at the heart of what Ben is talking about is what we kind of call the virtuous cycle, right? Where you're going to be crafting your build, tinkering with the activity, looking at like how you can earn a higher tier of reward by taking on higher challenge. And as you earn better loot, you're looking towards that next mountain to climb just ahead of you all the time. And so this is really about how far you want to push yourself upwards within the portal itself. But also, we also are thinking about the people, and that's the depth, right? That's the depth of the challenge that we're talking about. That's also, but we're
What's
also
the
thinking about
price
the people
tag on
who
this,
don't
y'all?
have as much time to play with like solo ops. And also, if you're scared of modifiers or you're scared of customizing these activities,
or you just don't feel
or
like
you don't
it
feel like
today.
doing it.
Are
Yeah,
they
that's a great way
doing,
to
like,
describe it. Thank you. We have a bunch of quick play options.
Fate
Right, Ben?
Yeah, quick play
expansion
options. We actually
package
have
for the next
matchmaking,
4
fireteam ops.
for the next 2
Yeah.
years, or like
We
what?
have Fireteam Finder, and so you're able to like really choose kind of what you're in the mood for.
Oh yeah, we technically have matchmaking across.
I just paid my
every
taxes. I'm
activity
hurting right now.
that exists.
Except for solo ops, because that's solo.
Right, right,
But
yeah.
yes,
Yes,
otherwise,
but in the
aside
fire teams or
from that
pinnacle
one.
ops, it's everything.
Yeah, you'll have options to play by yourself or with other people. Oh, actually, a really fun part is you can play a strike by yourself as hard as you want it to
That's
now,
true, yeah,
which is
yeah.
really fun. Yeah.
Well, you're talking about like all the different boons and combinations. I think at one point you were saying around 50 or something like that. Those
50 new
apply,
ones.
50 new ones.
Yeah.
So it's like you can take those into solo ops. Like we're talking about this being kind of leisurely, bite-sized activity, but if you want to take it and say, I don't want Weenie Hut Jr., I want like esoteric level
Weenie Hut
solo,
General.
hardest thing in the world. Like you
Super
can kinda
Weenie
customize
Hut
and do that.
General.
You can just do it from the very start if you really want to.
Yeah.
And the,
Depends on how deep you want to go.
Yeah.
Really.
yeah. And,
Oh, I
and
wanna
the,
go
the point
deep.
is that you're going to like stretch that far, and we want the reward to feel like worthwhile.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, you want to feel like as you're pushing yourself, you are rewarded for it. That is something that's really important to the vision here for the portal. Yeah.
Rewards, huh?
Rewards. There are a lot of rewards, aren't there?
It's funny you mentioned it. Yeah, we've got Banes, Boons, modifiers, but let's talk about gear for a little bit here.
Yeah.
What's changing about loot, and why should Guardians care?
Yeah, so like talking about chases and mountains and builds, like gear's at the center of all of that. And we actually have 2 giant gear changes I'm gonna like put in 2 little buckets for us to talk about.
Yep.
The first one is Armor 3.0. And the next one is gear tiers. And so like talking about Armor 3.0 first, we are probably making the biggest change ever since Shadowkeep.
It's
around
huge.
the system. It's
yeah,
enormous.
It's a huge change.
Yeah, so like we're adding set bonuses.
Huge
which is a
change. The icons are a little different. Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding.
long requested feature for all the new armor that you're going to be able to get at Edge of Fate launch, and we're redoing all the stats on armor. Where they can now like exceed 100.
Go beyond 100.
Go beyond 100 for extra bonuses.
Yep.
And
Beyond.
every single piece of new legendary armor that drops is going to have all the energy filled in, so you can build crafting right away. And it's going to essentially like. There's
Oh,
more
are they
features
getting rid
actually
of
that I can talk about, but I don't think I'm allowed
masterworking?
Fair. Well, something that we can't talk about too. You mentioned gear tiers as well.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so gear tiers are very exciting because every single legendary weapon and armor that you can get is going to have 5 gear tiers, starting from 1 going up to 5. And like we have a 5 gear tier 5 piece of legs armor on the screen right now, and you can see that like this is like looks really cool with iconography, but it also has a ton more stats. And oh look, what's that?
Yeah, what's going on with the energy there?
Yeah, the energy.
Ben?
Yeah, that energy says 11, and
that's
it's
what it goes to.
true.
11, yep.
It's not a typo. Like energy is going to 11 for higher tier armor, and so if you want that for your build crafting opportunities, it does like give you some new options you never had before. You're going to have to challenge yourself to get more higher tier armor and keep on going to get yet more higher tier armor to get those options.
Yeah. And this is also not something that's just relegated to armor, right? When it comes to weapons, they're obviously getting their own refresh as well.
Yes.
I mean, what's Destiny without chasing some?
You read my mind.
Yeah, like weapons
seriously.
are part of the player identity. You know, some people like have a gun that they love.
You got fashion, and then you have gunplay.
That's
right?
true, though we do have fashion for your guns a bit now.
Hey.
well, so because once you reach tier 5 for your legendary drops, you're going to be getting tier 5 weapons, and those have unique shader
Bungie,
treatment. They
overrated.
essentially a completely different
Pushing
look
for
that's gonna
higher
immediately
tiers.
identify it to you and others.
Exclamation
that
point,
this
tier
is the
3.
highest tier gear of this drop that you can get. It's going to show on the weapon. It's going to show on the icon. It's even going to show when you kill enemies with that weapon, because there's unique kill effects for tier 5 weapons that you can turn on or off if you don't want it. But your gameplay will like show that no, yeah, the weapon that is being used is like the highest tier you can get.
Yeah, Giver's Blessing, which I think we have on screen right now. This is one of the Kepler auto rifles, and I cannot put this thing down.
It's so good.
Yeah, when we're playing through the Edge of Fate right now, and it's what's really exciting about it for me is that like when you see that tier 5 drop, like you know immediately that's better than like a tier 3 or tier 4 weapon that you have, right? And I think that's when we talk about making Destiny easier to just jump in, find the fun, make it accessible, but also create more depth. You know, this is what we're thinking about. It's like how can we just make immediate, like you understand, like okay, this is probably better than the thing I have right now, depending on what gear tier it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good example of how much time and effort is being put into these game systems to make them more like approachable. Change can be scary. There's a lot of change that's about to come to the game. We're Armor 3.0, we have so many new boons, we have a bunch of new stuff. And after 10 years of Destiny, this is going to flip some stuff on its head. So, I mean, we're going to have a bunch of blog content. We're going to have interviews with Robbie, with Ben, with more folks across the team that have been working on this. And then we'll also be elevating our creator community when they're creating guides, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be a fun time. But ultimately, a big shout out and thank you to all the folks that have been coming into our studio, giving feedback early on some of these systems so they can be more approachable. And we're looking forward to all the feedback that's going to be coming after launch, too. Like, this is, again, one of our first steps into something, and then the community and we are going to build something amazing.
Yeah, and I can't stress enough how much feedback we've gotten from the community summits we've been running over the last year for the Edge of Fate, and just people reaching out to the community teams and others to us. Like, your feedback is invaluable. So, like, seriously, like, thank you so much. We're making this game together, ultimately.
Yeah, it's incredibly important part of the process. Like, I don't think we would be able to make what we do without it.
Yeah.
Working with the community is obviously a core part. Dylan, huge thanks to you and your team, obviously, for helping to lead that charge. And in advance for the big blogs you get to write. And then also our social media team will go ahead and get out the door. So go ahead and give us a follow.
I think, Ben, you were saying you wanted to try to break the record for longest twid?
I'm more predicting we are.
Yeah. So
it's not about try, it's the state of things.
It's going to be a multi-month journey as we head towards launch. So.
Yeah, be a good time. But, you know, we've been talking a lot about the core Destiny hobby. How does that extend into, like, how players are going to experience, like, a full year of Destiny?
Yeah, so we've been focusing on improving and changing the formula of Destiny in multiple ways. And
so what's there to do today?
The Fate Saga is going to be more meaningful with 2 expansions a year. We've been talking about how focusing our seasons,
the Rite of the Nine,
and that commitment to continually updating it. And in addition, we're going to have 2 free major
I don't think I get to be a mech yet.
Each of our major expansions coming in the year of Prophecy and beyond. And so ultimately that means there's 4 big beats happening in a year, 2 expansions, 2 free major updates between those expansions. So what that means we're not doing is paid seasonal content anymore. We're not doing separate seasonal storylines. And this also means we're not building a bunch of activity content that basically just goes
What does
away
Renegades look
and is
like?
what's meaningful to the game after 3 months. So we're instead focusing all of that effort that used
Star
to go
Wars?
there instead into building up the core hobby of the game, so the core hobby stays
I need to go play
fresh,
Fortnite and do that season
and
pass.
exciting, you know, year round. And so
And to go
ultimately,
get
this
Darth
means no
Jar
more
Jar.
paywalls for seasonal content, and also these major updates themselves that I'm signposting around right now. The size of them roughly and the inspiration for them we're thinking about is like Into the Light.
Okay.
Why
when
is
you
it
say,
yucky?
Like, Into the Light, for folks that aren't out there, like what for a major update, how big is that? Like how do you encapsulate that?
So when I say Into the Light, a lot of this is like the inspiration of what it was. And with Into the Light came a really cool theme that wrapped around all the new stuff we were building within it, but also a lot of the reprise stuff as well. And also, you know, with it came Onslaught, a new type of activity. It came with reprised exotic missions and a rethinking of how we could do like a rad style event, a raid event with the Pantheon. And so for our first major update coming a few weeks after the Edge of Fate launches, we've got Ash and Iron. Right? And so with Ash and Iron, we're going to be returning to the Plague Lands.
Returning to the Plague Lands, can't wait.
It's going to happen.
Plague Lands, baby.
And so that story is going to pick up from where we left off from the Edge of Fate. And with it, we're going to have a new activity called Reclaim, a brand new exotic mission, new types of pinnacle ops entering that for the first time, as well as, of course, what's Destiny without loot to chase? We've got new gear, new rewards, and 2 new exotic weapons as part of Ash and Iron as well. And again, this major update and the season, all the seasonal content going forward is free for all players. All the activity content that exists in the portal, that's free to play.
Very nice. So even to actually go one quick layer 2 deeper on seasons as well, what are some of the cool things that we're going to be able to do with the season that's launching alongside the Edge of Fate?
Yeah, Ben has been working on this space for the team for a while now, so I'm going to kick this one to him.
I don't know,
We're trying to make any time the best time to hop in the Destiny.
Today's last day of marathon.
One of the ways we want to do that is we want to invest in events that are like accelerating the game.
Have more Last of Us to play.
Part of the game, but also bringing new cool stuff. And actually, we've been working on this so long, we actually have some new cool stuff coming before the Edge of Fate.
It's a special little treat.
Yeah, special little treat. So this Friday, you can play a little event, maybe you've heard of it, called Heavy Metal, which is tanks versus
Friday.
Brits, a new
All right,
PvP.
finally, I got a
Super
date.
fun. I would kind of wish I was playing it right now, not gonna lie. But the thing that
This is what I'm
people at
most
home
looking
don't
forward
know
to.
is
What,
we
the
have a new
coin?
reward. That's a unique thing in Destiny if you invest in this event, if you go and play it.
The
It is a
hell was
free-to-play
that?
event. So this reward is free to play. It is a new combat vehicle that goes in your Sparrow sled, combat Sparrow, if you will, called the Griffin. And this is a really cool, like, combat-ready vehicle you can take anywhere you can summon a Sparrow. You can summon it and use it to fight your enemies, and
hell
just have a really
yeah.
good time. And there's some really cool,
Oh,
there's some really
hell
cool build
yeah.
crafting things with this vehicle that I don't want to spoil right now. Let
Oh,
me discover it.
hell
I'm super
yeah.
excited for it.
They all thought they were going to ride those skimmers forever. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've been saying like, what was it? Skimmer is Flash, and the Griffin is Splash.
Hey, there we go. The dad joke quota has
Because it's wet.
We got to get one in.
Absolutely, yeah. But that's not all, right, man? Like, you've got more for us, don't you?
Oh yeah, yeah. So like I just said, there's more events that
Yeah.
we've been making. There's one that's going to happen right after
I assume-
the launch of Edge of Fate.
I
It's
assume
called
Friday
Arms Week,
reset,
and it's
chat?
a 1 week long event.
Who should
and
our
we're gonna be
team be?
focusing on one weapon archetype in Arms Week whenever it comes around. And this one is going to give you a new
Any Fallout time?
legendary weapon of that type. It's going to have some volatile mods that are there for the week that are going to be super interesting and fun to play with, and some focusing you can do. But there is a problem when you say this event is going to be about weapons and about using them.
Yeah, you got to have a place to test all that out.
Right, and
Yeah,
so I mean, I've been doing that in EDZ this whole time. I don't know about the rest of you,
Those poor dregs.
right?
Yeah.
But there is a new way now. We have a new feature, a long requested feature that is being added to the game with Arms Week. It is the shooting range. And the shooting range is being added to the tower. It is a now permanent addition to the game with the launch of Arms Week. We're not taking it away. And you can go there and you can try out everything in your kit, everything about your build, with all sorts of simulations of different kinds of enemies and situations, and it's all real damage numbers. It's like
It's even got a scoreboard.
it's even got a scoreboard
For you
right there.
and your fire team.
Yeah, your whole raid team can go down into the shooting range and try out, like, see exactly how well you're going to do for some kind of boss at this range.
That's cool.
or
Say,
strategy.
yeah, who can do most of the damage, right?
Yeah, well, you're finally going to know. That
So we have a rally flag. It's not just a shooting range. Like, you can go beyond the firing line and use your abilities too.
Yeah, you totally can. And like, if you wanted to, you could even take in
Build
prismatic and
crafters just
up transcendence
nut,
and try
dude.
that out.
Fallout and above, and everybody there
I think the reason
creaming
why
themselves
we're
right
not seeing
now.
that right now is because it's a Titan.
Yeah, it's a good soldier.
Yeah.
Standing on that firing line.
Yeah, staying on the firing line.
All about building that line and standing.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of theory crafters are going to have to go ahead and have some upheavals to their Google Docs, I'm guessing.
This will be a really good tool. Like, as we're adding all of these different systems with gear tiering and all of that, you can go
Optimal.
in and check those damage numbers in real time. Like, how do my stats change? How are these different gear bonuses going to affect my gameplay? You can see it in the tower now.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And while we're talking about weapons,
Oh yeah,
got
well
one more thing, right?
Yeah, I know. There's one more thing. I know
Yeah.
you're excited. So there's more events. Of course, there's more events, and the holiday events are coming up. Where Solstice is right around the corner.
It's
as well.
summertime, right?
It's
Why do I
summertime,
feel
so
like
there's
Solstice is
events
always
too.
happening?
And Solstice has some really
that
cool
just
twists
time
and such
passing
that
very
we're planning.
quickly?
I'm not going to talk about that right now.
Didn't we just
I wanna
finish?
show you,
Oh, I
the
get
new hollow foil
I
treatment
get
we
the
have for
Solstice and
weapons.
the Guardian
So,
games
here we
mixed up,
go.
I think.
This is the hollow foil treatment for Solstice in 2025. It is
so good.
It's amazing.
I
every
feel
time
like
look
there's
at
a
it. It
Solstice
is an
event every
ocean,
month.
And the line, yeah, we put the ocean on a gun. How did we do that? It's beautiful. I love it. And any kind of weapon that drops for this event can have a hollow foil.
Yeah,
no
so it
matter
could be
what
a
the
tier 1 or tier 3. Yeah, any
exactly.
weapon can have the hollow foil.
Yeah,
when playing through.
the tier 5 hollow foil.
Ooh.
Like that's gonna be a chase. Our other events will also have hollow foils.
Yeah, like Arms Week you're talking
Arms Week
about.
will have its own hollow
Like
foil.
it's worse.
Like we're every event, a major event we have, will have a hollow foil treatment. The holidays will have their own kind of special one, but yeah, Arms Week will have their own hollow
Damn,
foil.
Blueberry
drops that you
catching
can
a
farm as well.
stray.
super excited.
I hope he's in chat
It's going
lurking.
to be a good time. I'm going to have way too much stuff to chase down, so appreciate you guys putting all the hard work in, obviously, for that. But I believe we've got one more thing.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking a lot about, here are the free updates coming to Destiny, the portal, a bunch of different stuff, Edge of Fate, but we also have another expansion, and we need Allison back on the couch to talk about
Right,
it.
yeah, Allison.
She's the best one to talk
Yeah,
about.
we've got something very exciting, and so once again, Allison, thank you for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate it.
Of course. I'm so excited to be the one more thing.
Yeah, it's a tradition around here.
But wait,
I'm
there's
glad that you
more.
obviously go ahead and lead us into this one. But, as Dylan mentioned, we've talked about the Edge of Fate, but this is the first year we're going to be doing 2 expansions over the course of a year. can you tell us a little bit about Renegades?
Yeah, so we're going to have a dedicated reveal for Renegades in September alongside our major update, Ash and Iron. But earlier we were talking about how sometimes our formulas can constrain us from experimenting and innovating. And so in that spirit, Renegades is going to be very different from the Edge of Fate. What I can tell you, and we'll talk plenty about it later, is that we're going to be experimenting and innovating with activities, with social mechanics, and more. But more importantly, I want to talk about our inspiration. And so I have to kind of tee it up first. So Renegades is going to be a Destiny, definitively Destiny expansion. This is part of the Fate saga, and it's going to push it forward in important ways and introduce characters that we're going to spend time with for years to come. It is an essential Fate saga story, and it's an homage to a universe that has inspired Bungie from the start. It's a universe that all of us here on the couch grew up with, as well as everyone else at the studio and millions of you back at home too. It is a peanut butter and combination, a peanut butter and red chocolate combination.
Peanut butter and combination of jelly.
Possible in the kind of world that we build here. And so I am absolutely thrilled to be able to give our first sneak peek at Destiny 2 Renegades.
What do you got? What? You guys are nutting in chat? What am I... Is this like gonna be Halo or like Marathon or like what's going on here? Star Wars? I'm scared. I hear a Star Wars noise in the background. Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro, what do you mean? They did... Wait, Lucasfilm Games? They did a whole ass... Wait a minute, bro. They must have made so much money on that Stormtrooper Titan armor set that they're doing a whole expansion with Star Wars? Excuse me, bro? Excuse me?
Okay, Robbie, what did we just see?
Yeah, so that's Renegades, which is coming out this December. And to really drive it home here, Renegades is a one-of-a-kind Destiny experience, right? And just like we on the Destiny team have taken inspiration from other genres like dark fantasy or cosmic horror.
Cosmic horror?
Renegades
we have that as a moderator.
Space Western vibe and aesthetic that is Star Wars. And it puts it through that Destiny lens. And ultimately, it's created a new lawless frontier that is emerging within Seoul. And so, we're so excited to show Renegades off a little bit today and to be talking about it more in the future in September alongside the free major update with Ash and Iron. But right now, today, we're focused on Rite of the Nine and what's right around the corner with the Edge of Fate.
Absolutely. No, I heard a lot of calendars get marked just now on September, but no, super excited to share more of that in the future. But that actually leads us to the conclusion of today's show, which again, we covered a lot.
There's been a lot today.
Yeah, this has been a big show, honestly. No, we went through a lot of it. So let's go ahead and quickly double check. We obviously went through, and the Year of Prophecy, pardon me, is going to go ahead and kick off on July 15th. And this kicks off a brand new multi-year Fate saga and our new focus on the core hobby of Destiny. The first expansion, The Edge of Fate, is going to be launching again on July 15th, as I noted, with its raid launching on July 19th.
Okay, hold up.
Yeah.
So you're going through a lot of information. We already covered that. But you can't just sneak in a raid date. We have a new raid coming with the expansion, July 19th. We're going to have a bunch of blogs. We're going to have the rules, regulations, all that kind of stuff for our raid race. Of course. We invite everybody to come in, try to go for that world first title. And yeah, I mean, just stay tuned for more details. We're not going to spoil anything. It's a raid. We got to keep it secret.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, everybody mark your calendars.
GCX is the week after that, right?
Learn more. And again, follow our social media channels. Do us all a favor. So in addition to that, again, as we noted, Ash and Iron, our first free major update, will be launching on September 9th. Renegades, very exciting, will be launching in December. And then keep an eye again on our social channels. We'll provide all the updates once they're available. But as far as today goes, the Edge of Fate and the entire Year of Prophecy pre-orders are available starting right now. Now, pre-ordering for starters, the Ultimate Edition will go ahead and unlock the New Land Beyond.
New Land Beyond.
So
that
dumb.
Exotic sniper.
Super
I can't wait, man.
I can't wait the same, honestly. That'll be unlockable in addition to several other goodies. And also, we've also got a collector's edition that'll be available. You can see...
Darth Vader with shoulder pads.
Here on screen, it will be coming with an awful lot of very cool stuff, including this cool statue that you may have noticed here that's been sitting with us on stage. This is one that you can go ahead and add to your collection as well, but that's not all that's in there. Is there, Allison?
We got the writing team got a little excited on this one. We put a lot of lore goodies into this collector's edition. So like that weird metal thing, that weird envelope, boy, weird. Wonder what's up with that.
Just decorative
You should
points?
probably read it.
90s
Yeah. Anyway,
Darth
we're going to do
Vader.
a dramatic reading as soon as
Yeah,
we're
we
done.
should go downstairs immediately after this.
really
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
right
okay.
after this.
Count me in. And then again, too, as far as today goes, Ride of the Nine. This is the essential prologue to the Edge of Fate, and like all of our events moving forward, is going to be a free to all players. So make sure and go ahead and check that out when that arrives. And before the show wraps up, make sure and stick around for a little bit longer. We're going to be rating our good friend Sammy Cat as well. So go ahead and give her a follow. Tell her we said hello in chat. Pardon me. If you have any Twitch Prime subs or anything like that, go ahead and do us a favor. Drop it over there and check out her stream. She's going to be having a good time. But that concludes it for us here today. So for starters, huge thanks to my teammates here for joining me.
Thank you, Andy.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely, yeah. Robbie, Allison, Dylan, of course. There we go. We got Ben, and of course, Mr. Dave Samuel. Thank you all so much for being here today. And then, of course, to the crew that puts all this on.
Thank you, everyone.
This doesn't happen by accident. Thank you all so much for all of your hard work and dealing with me on these last couple of days. And of course, to everyone at home, to all of our guardians out there in the community, thank you. It's a tremendous privilege to get the opportunity
Dave,
to
can
share
I
what we've
use
been working
that?
on early, and it matters only if you guys show up and join us. So we really appreciate
Can
it.
I use
We
that,
hope
Dave?
you enjoyed. And otherwise, in the meantime, until we see you again, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and we'll see you all Starside.
W.